It's time now to get the hell out of your life. A weekly broadcast with real people, sharing real struggles and offering real hope. Today's show will encourage, inspire, and empower you to face life's challenges with a bold confidence and renewed hope. Now, let's join our host, Ron Meyers, the promoter.
Hello, my friends. It's so good to be with you. Well, today was one of those days I just did not want to get up. No, I wasn't tired. I just wasn't too motivated about today. Have you ever been in one of those moods where you just don't know what you're going to do today and you've got a lot of doubt and anxiety on your mind? You know, many times people think because I do a radio show and try to encourage and inspire people that, well, I'm always wound up like a top doing all these awesome things. And, hey, I'm just like everybody. I have doubts. I have fears. I have anxieties. I have everything that everybody goes through because we all do. We're all in the same boat. We're put on this planet for some type of reason, and we've got to figure that out why we are alive. I want to talk about that today, but I want to open up today's show with a prayer. Jesus, I don't know what the heck I'm going to say. I look at this rock in my hand, and I'm as dumb as this rock when I'm all by myself. But with you, I seem to come up with some words and some things in my life that, well, they astound me. And so, Lord, today, as I visit with my friends through this podcast radio show, I want you to let them hear what they need to hear. Let me have the words to say to inspire, encourage, and empower them. And most of all, help each of us get the hell out of our life. Amen. Well, I do that every day, friends, with my coffee with Jesus. I've got to kind of set up the mood for the day. You know, like growing up in Iowa on cold winter days, we had to go out, start the car for about 10 minutes to warm it up before we took it out on the icy roads. We need to warm up ourselves, our mind, our spirits in the morning because we had a good night's sleep, or maybe we tossed and turned. We have things on our mind, but God has the answers that we want to hear, especially now with all the noise and chatter on the election. I will give you my prediction right now, and I believe Donald J. Trump will win the presidency. Now, I don't know if he will or not, but I look at trends and I see the mood of the country, and I would place my bet on him. But then I'm also mentally prepared if he doesn't win. My life's going to go on. I'm going to love my family, love my grandchildren. I'm going to be the best I can be every day when I get up. I'm not going to let the negativity come into my life and ruin my day, make me think negative. I'm going to be careful what I listen to, because sometimes the things we listen to can put us in a dreary, dull, dumb mood, totally contrary to the life that Jesus has for us. He said that in this world you will have troubles, with a capital T, but he came to overcome the world. A personal relationship with Jesus. That is the key to unlock the door to make sense of some of this crazy things going on in this world. Friends, I do believe that no matter what time you are in your life right now, it may be a valley. You may just be worried to death about something in your life. But can I tell you something? I have experienced something much greater than just knowing about Jesus. I have experienced life with Jesus, and that's what you want to hear. You want to hear from people that have actually walked with Jesus, danced with Jesus, ate with Jesus, had coffee with Jesus, and was in the trenches of despair, depression, anxiety when Jesus showed up on the scene. And this is what I discovered, that no matter how many things are happening in your life, you cannot allow them to define who you are. You say, well, Ron, I don't really know if I believe in Jesus. Well, Jesus believes in you. Why do you think you're listening to this? He knows that you need answers. He knows that you need a direction in life. You need some hope. And you are going to get it today, tomorrow, because even if you're not listening to this, open your spiritual eyes and see the beauty that God has all around us. Sometimes we do not stop and smell the roses like we should. It is a beautiful day out there. And if we don't enjoy today, then the day will just devour us. And we'll go home and we'll wonder, wow, what's happening here, Lord? You know, when the world feels uncertain, remember that Jesus is our source of joy, peace, and direction. His presence in our lives allows us to smile amidst trials and live abundantly. Trust in Him and find rest in Jesus. Now, that's some good wisdom. Some people find it too good to be true, but the gospel of grace is a message that we will be forever discovering the depth, the width, the height of His unconditional love and grace. Just when we think we know that Jesus is good in our life, something else happens and we say, my gosh, He knew everything that I needed to do. He put the right person in my path. Friends, I want to encourage you today with some hope, some optimism. I know it may look like it's raining on your parade, but it's not. I ask you to consider putting some joy in that umbrella of life. Cover your head with the joy of Jesus, and don't let the rain of the doubters and the naysayers have any effect on you. Have you heard the saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get different results? Well, why do we keep watching the same news, the same reporters, the same stories over and over that do nothing but aggravate us? It's a continuing saga, and we have to listen again tomorrow for the conclusion, and then the next day for another conclusion. It never concludes. They have us hooked because, let's face it, friends, everything you watch on TV or listen to on the radio has sponsors in them. Sponsors mean money, income. So they get income from sponsors by the ratings, how many people listen. I didn't realize this week until Donald Trump went on Joe Rogan that Joe Rogan is the most listened to podcast in the world. And I thought, wow, that guy's got some followers. People ask me a lot, Ron, how many people listen to your radio show, your podcast? I tell them I have no idea, and that is not my concern. I do not produce a show and say the things I say to attract an audience because, friends, I'm a promoter. I know what to say and do to get an audience. I know all the tricks. But I had a clear mandate from Jesus when I started this about 5 years ago. And that was to speak to that one person, you, the one that needs hope, the one that needs encouragement, the one that needs to be told it's going to be okay. I think something happens even in our churches and different media platforms when we are all about getting numbers, more people, more attendance. Sometimes, not all times, but sometimes we will skew our message to attract more people, or we'll skew the entertainment to get more people. When the Bible really has the only thing for church growth, for attendance growth. It says if I'm lifted up, meaning Jesus, hey, you lift up Jesus, He's going to attract all people to Him. Now, how does He get people to Him? Through us, through Christians, through the church. And see, our focus has to be not how do we get attendance, how do we increase our donations, because the electric bill was high this month. You can't worry about that. You got to be faithful to the call that's in your life. And I think so many people are walking around right this very minute because they have become like everybody else, looking for those, great sound bites, that once in a lifetime sermon, or they want to do something to stand out. Well, Jesus has told us to be honest, to be transparent, and just tell people about him, what he did in your life. I wish we would have more transparency in the Christian community. My daughter was telling me the other day, we went out to eat, Dawn, my oldest daughter, and she said that one of the parents that met me at my granddaughter's softball game said he really likes you, Ron. And I said, why is that? Well, this gentleman, let me set it up a little. He does not believe in God. He does not believe in God. He does not like Trump. But I had a reasonable, intelligent conversation with him. And I hear this quite a bit, friends. They like to talk to me, people that disagree with my thoughts, because I treat them with respect. I can't sit there and tell them they're goofy and they're wrong, because so many people base what they believe on what they've been taught in school, what they have been taught by parents. And sometimes people become like all the other boys and girls in life. They become like everybody else because everybody else in their mind has been accepted, and they say smart things, so they want to imitate them. But God made each of us an original. We are not a copy. We are a masterpiece. And if you don't become you, who will? Nobody. You have something the entire world needs. You have something that nobody else has. But if we are looking to role models and to other people to validate our identity, validate our worthiness, well, we will never, never have the peace, the joy, the abundance that Jesus wants to give. Have you ever thought about this? This is what's so cool about Jesus. He's an equal opportunity employer. He has the same message for the rich millionaire in the United States of America to the person living in the Amazon forest in a hut. And it's this: come to me, those of you who are weary, and I will take all your cares upon me. Call on my name, and you will be saved. He is an equal opportunity employer. In fact, he wants you to understand that it's no dog and pony show. You don't have to jump through all these hoops to have a relationship with Jesus. You just have to say, Jesus, will you come in my heart? Will you help me define what this stupid life is all about? Yeah, you can say stupid life. You can be open and honest and transparent. One gentleman I interviewed a couple years ago, John Boy, he's one of my favorite guests I had. He said that he was in a rehab with a bunch of Pentecostal people who were all going to jail. But yet the Pentecostal people getting ready to go to jail were singing and praising Jesus. And he said to himself, I don't understand this. These people have joy and we're all going to jail. So that night out on the porch, he looked up. He never even knew the name of God. He just said, hey, dude, are you real? If you are, I want some of the joy they have. And he got the joy that night. His life was changed forever. You are just one idea, one thought away from a total breakthrough in your life. You are so much more than what the world has told you you are. You are so much more than who your parents told you you were or did not tell you who you were. Sometimes we go through life and we feel like the Lone Ranger. I did that many times growing up, friend. I did not have a friend in the world. Oh, I had a lot of friends that wanted tickets to a concert or tickets to an event I was doing, and they liked me if I could give them something. but somebody that would just love me unconditionally, didn't laugh at some of my crazy ideas, and didn't reject me when I wasn't good. And the only one in the entire universe that can do that is Jesus. My next book I'm working on, in fact, I really want to finish it in the early part of 2025, is Jesus Wants His Reputation Back. You know, friends, I don't care if churches don't like a message like that because they like rules, regulations. They want to have us perform all these little tricks, and then they say we get closer to Jesus. Well, I disagree with that. Jesus is alive inside of me. I'm as close as I'll ever get to him. Now, that relationship each day grows and grows and grows. You know, when a lot of people come and attack me about my just Jesus plus nothing equals everything, they say, well, Ron, I don't know about all that. And I'll ask them, how long have you been married? Oh, 35, 40 years. And I'll go through a couple questions like, I bet if you started a sentence, your wife could finish it. Yeah. I bet you know your husband's favorite meal. Oh, yeah. Favorite color. Yeah, absolutely, Ron. You're on it, buddy. I said, okay, what school did you go to learn that? What lessons did you look at every single week how to have a better relationship with your spouse? Well, I didn't. Well, then how come you're like that? Because I spent time with them. I got to know them. Friends, that is exactly what Jesus wants. He wants your heart, your mind, and soul. And when he comes first in your life, friends, things begin to make sense. And don't be surprised if one of these days in your conversation with Jesus that you're going to be absolutely liberated because you're going to say, I get it. I understand what you're saying, Jesus. I can't believe I went all these years and never understood it. I love this freedom in Christ. I'm going to tell you some plans for 2025 and how I need your help right after the break.
You're listening to Get the Hell Out of Your Life with your host, Ron Meyers. Real stories, real struggles, and real hope.
Today's refreshing word is found in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him.
The Christmas City Gift Show. We've transformed the entire Mississippi Coast Convention Center in Biloxi into an illusion of Christmas with gifts for everyone. Games, planes, jewelry, and toys. Paintings, pottery, candles, and food. Guaranteed to put you in the Christmas mood. Visit the North Pole with free kids' crafts and photos with Santa himself. Bring the whole family to the event everyone is talking about. The Christmas City Gift Show in Biloxi, inside the Mississippi Coast Convention Center. The holiday event you've been waiting for. Produced by Ron Meyers.
It's the greatest show in the South!
Don't miss the 41st annual edition of the Christmas City Gift Show, Friday, November 8th through Sunday, November 10th, inside the Convention Center at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. For tickets and more information, log on to ChristmasCityGiftShow.com. That's ChristmasCityGiftShow.com.
Get the hell out of your life. Get the hell out of your life.
Welcome back, listeners. Well, 2025, I'm already one step into the new year because every year around November and December, I begin to look over my life and I'll pray. Lord, what do I do this year in the year 2025? Do I stay the same course or do I do things different? You know, friends, I never want to do anything that I am not supposed to be doing. I want to walk in the will of God. I want to walk in my destiny. So I do not do my life on autopilot. I do not do these shows and podcasts on autopilot. I have to make a decision in 2025. Do I renew my contract with the radio stations for another year, or do I go in a new direction? And I tell you that because I would love for you to pray for me and just pray for the decisions that I make in 2025 are the ones that Jesus needs me to make. Because sometimes we can make a decision based on our ego or based on, I feel good about it. I base my decision on waiting for someone to say, hey, I listened to your show. That was a great show. I don't want to make a decision by people's opinions. I want to make a show that Jesus is going to help me produce and put together. I tell people quite a bit that you can be doing a lot of things for God, but you're still out of his will. And they will say, well, what do you mean? Well, a lot of people do things for God to erase the guilt in their life. They've done something bad, or they've, made someone mad. And so their penance to themselves is, well, they're going to go volunteer at the soup kitchen. They're going to go to Sunday school class this week. They're going to do a little bit more to help them feel better. But that's not the answer to feeling not guilty anymore. The answer is Jesus, because with him there is no guilt and condemnation. In other words, when we do things, we need to have the right motivation. We're doing it not because of getting something in return, and not to ease guilt, because I don't have to ease my guilt, because if I'm a Christian, I have already been forgiven, past, present, and future. But I want to do it. I want to do the things that Jesus wants me to do. I want to be a walking billboard for who Jesus is in my life. And that's the motivation that we should have when we go out each day, not to get anything in return, but to just live an authentic, real life, whether people like us or not. Our value is not on the opinions and thoughts of others, our boss, our family, our friends, our children. Our worth comes from Jesus, who tells us, you are a remarkable, wonderful masterpiece. I know you struggle just like everybody else on this planet, but you are free to become who I designed you to become. You are free to go through your life without guilt and condemnation. And Jesus wants to tell everyone today, he is not following you with a clipboard, taking and grading you on your daily performance. That would be just silly to even think something like that. Once we bring Jesus in our heart, it's forever. And as we begin to grow over a lifetime, life gets good. You smile again. And you can be in the storm of life. You can know that things just aren't looking good. And people may not like you, but Jesus loves you. Our hope should not rest in the hands of people, but in the heart of God. Jesus is the ultimate guide to your destiny, offering unwavering hope and joy. So friends, today, my message to you is let his presence light your way.
You're listening to Get the Hell Out of Your Life with your host, Ron Meyers. Real stories, real struggles, and real hope.
The Christmas City Gift Show. We've transformed the entire Mississippi Coast Convention Center in Biloxi into an illusion of Christmas with gifts for everyone. Games, planes, jewelry, and toys. Paintings, pottery, candles, and food. Guaranteed to put you in the Christmas mood. Visit the North Pole with free kids' crafts and photos with Santa himself. Bring the whole family to the event everyone is talking about. the Christmas City Gift Show in Biloxi, inside the Mississippi Coast Convention Center. The holiday event you've been waiting for. Produced by Ron Meyers.
It's the greatest show in the South.
Don't miss the 41st annual edition of the Christmas City Gift Show, Friday, November 8th through Sunday, November 10th, inside the Convention Center at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. For tickets and more information, log on to ChristmasCityGiftShow.com. That's ChristmasCityGiftShow.com. Ron will be back in a moment to wrap up today's conversation. We want to encourage you today with God's promise to you. It comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. That's God's promise to you when you choose to commit your plans and future to Him. Now, back to Ron.
Well, friends, my time is up. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? That's what this show is all about, a community of people that we can come together and feel like, wow, our thoughts are heard. God hears our prayers. And yes, we can be open, we can be transparent, we can have a relationship with Jesus without attending a church. We have Jesus on our heart all the time, and He's opening the doors to endless possibilities for each of us. Friends, that's what I live for. That's what I share. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this mission in my life. I hope I have an opportunity to meet a few of you at the Christmas City Gift Show, November 8th through the 10th, in the Convention Center on the beach in Biloxi. Until next week, this is Ron Meyers reminding you that I love you. Jesus loves you, and when you get the hell out of your life, you not only smile again, you will see your life just as God created your life for.
Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Get the hell out of your life.
Get the Hell Out of Your Life is underwritten by the Christmas City Gift Show. We invite you to come shop with over 255 vendors from all over the United States from November 8th through the 10th inside the Coast Convention Center, located on the beach in Biloxi, Mississippi. You can find more information at ChristmasCityGiftShow.com. Thanks for listening. And if you would like to share your story of what God has done in your life or listen to previous episodes, please visit our website, thepromoter.org. Join us next week for another episode of Get the Hell Out of Your Life. Real stories, real struggles, and real hope.